Mateo, you're facing the wrong way.
I mean, welcome in.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We're back. We're coming in hot with the
If it's
song.
your first time, then that's okay. You can still welcome in and welcome back. Hope you stick around. Hope you choose to stay. The people think they're on the wrong channel.
I know.
No, I'm just kidding around, guys.
Freebird, JK.
I didn't hear that one.
Hi, bud. You're facing the wrong way, Mateo. I'm sorry. We're gonna let people filter in, take their seats.
Their seats in their house.
Yeah. Oh, Dino's already coming in with a super chat. Dino, thank you so much. $10 super chat. That was the longest 2 weeks ever. Welcome back. Glad to see y'all again. We are so happy to be here with you guys.
Chat. Happy to be here with you too. It's only been a week or maybe it's been two. It's a $10 super chat. Welcome back, super chat. Welcome back, super chat.
Yeah, we're here. We have, you may have seen in the title of the video that we have a special announcement. Mateo, you're going to need to back up.
Special announcement? What could that be?
What is it? Bart's in the house.
We're releasing our own line of barbecue sauce.
It's just something
Like
completely
really just out of, yeah. We're going to be knitting our own sweaters and sending them off to a faraway land.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not it. What is the announcement?
What is the announcement?
Are we going to wait on the announcement?
I don't know. Should we just go right into it? We'll probably have to say it several times.
Maybe in a minute.
So that people that are a little bit late will hear it. We could say it less times.
Exactly.
You had me a barbecue sauce, Drew.
Is that Bart?
Yes.
Was it?
Are we going to find out whether you're keeping this new build?
Seems like that's probably what the announcement is.
That would check out. Yes. When we announced today that we had a special announcement, when we announced the special announcement,
Yeah.
We had a few guesses as to what people thought was going to be happening. We had some right guesses. We had some wrong guesses. You're gonna find out.
Yeah. You do like the really
the
cheesy internet tease it for like 3 months. I got some real big things in the works, guys. I can't say much now. That's like a big internet thing. Particularly in my own life experience of being in the music world. I'm not going to point out any particular people, and honestly, it'd be a long list. If I did, it'd be most people. So it's always like,
yeah.
I got a real big thing working up. I can't say anything yet. And it's like, oh, cool. Mm-hmm. And then it just goes on for like months.
You got to milk a good announcement.
I never announce it, though.
You got to milk a good announcement.
That's what I found.
Which is what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're almost 5 minutes in.
Yeah.
We're almost 5 minutes in. Should we tell?
The announcement is, are we going to keep or sell the Unicel?
That is the announcement.
So, we
think?
could have done a really cheesy, like, reveal, like the baby reveals that are real popular.
Or like with a sheet, and we could have pulled it off a sign. No, we're literally just going to tell you right now. We have an announcement. You want me to say it?
Sure.
We're unorganized. We didn't talk this out. We have no big plans.
It's not really that dramatic.
We have decided that we are, Drew and I, and Mateo, we will be
taking our talents to South Beach. We're opening up a shop in Miami. No, we're not.
Nope. We are going to sell the Unicel.
We're going to Unicel.
We're going to sell the Unicel.
We are going to sell the Unicel.
We are staying in our bus, and the Unicel will be going up for sale.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very exciting on a couple fronts, but also pretty tough decision to come to. As you see, it's been how many months? We have been going back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely felt like we were leaning pretty strong to keep it for the last couple months. It's getting really tough being in it every day and seeing, wow, this is going to be amazing. Like there's a lot of cool stuff that hasn't been in the videos yet that it's just like, it's just improving upon things we've done and coming up with new ideas and then things that are unique to this build. So it's definitely been getting harder to like not want to be in it, but
Mateo, please get a new
we did
bed.
decide that we're gonna sell it.
This is such a nice build, and like Drew said, being in it every day is just, it's so hard. We've been going back and forth and back and forth. I mean, just like weekly, day to day, deciding whether we were going to keep it or sell it. But ultimately, we have a really big project coming up next year that we've known that we want to do
for a long time.
Mateo's drinking water. Bud, this is a big announcement. You got to work with me here. Where was I? Oh, next year we have a really big project coming up that we've been going back and forth with that as well, but we decided that we're going to do a really big thing we've been wanting to do for years and years and years, and that's going to be coming up in 2023. And so for us, it just wasn't the right time to move into a new build. And also, this Unicel is brand new. Like, it's a 2021. The only place it's been driven is back from the dealership. Everything in it is brand new. It's like,
there's only 1,000 miles on it.
Yeah, it is so nice.
So that's part of our reasoning, is that we know that we are going to sell that vehicle ultimately.
Right.
Now, if we were going to stay in it for 5 or 10 years, it would have been an easy decision to keep it, even if the long play was to sell it towards something else. But with the timeline we're looking at, it doesn't make much sense to jump from our house that we already love.
Yeah.
That we already have. Mm-hmm. And I will be honest, the keeping it and even selling it, even in like a year or two, with how nice and brand new it is, I know I was going to be super apprehensive to take it to some of our favorite spots. Mm-hmm. Now, if I was keeping it forever, I wouldn't care about scratching it up.
Right.
But like our bus, it being a little older and being out in the desert, in the forest, and it's got its normal scratches that you have on a vehicle.
You go by one pine tree.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, not a big deal. I'm not really worried about cutting around this corner and polish it up later. It'll be fine. It's not damaging anything.
Yeah.
With a fresh one, I think so. I think giving somebody the chance to get a brand new build and a brand new vehicle.
We really want it to go.
Just seems like the way to go.
Yeah, we want it to go to someone brand new. We want it to go to someone that's gonna, use it and love it and be in a build that no one else has lived in. It's fresh, just like we did last summer. That bus went out the door. I mean, everything was perfect in it. So we're excited to kind of do that again and hand it off to someone. I saw some comment somewhere that we might have a buyer. We don't have a buyer, because like we said, we've been going back and forth ourselves. So
no one has been aware that it was even.
Nope, we've been kind of figuring this out as we go. As you know, we've been on these lives, and every week people are asking if we made our decision. We had not.
No one's been aware of it being available. I mean, honestly, everything's always available, right? At a price. So
I guess
if somebody wanted to come out of nowhere and offer some crazy number, like, yeah,
Mateo,
that's with anything. That'd be the same with our bus, right? But as far as like, hey, we're gonna sell this, like, no, this is the first that honestly we didn't even decide this till 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And then we just sort of talked over it the last couple of days to really confirm. And it's yeah. Like I said, we've gone back and forth, and there's definitely been times where we're like, let's just say we're keeping it. And it's like, I'm glad we didn't.
Yeah. So I mean, that's our big announcement.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could have guessed it was whether we were keeping it
or selling it.
I I mean, honestly, the whole entire time we've been building it, and we do all of our builds as if we would be living in it. It's up to the standards that we have for ourselves. We build everything with the same quality.
Mhm.
So if we wouldn't personally want to live in it and have all the features, we don't build it.
I mean, we were 90% keeping it until
right
last week. So it was
right.
on my brain, everything. I'm like, this will be so cool. And I
know.
said, I think I've accidentally slipped and said things like that in lives or on videos where like, this is where Mateo will do this. And it's like, well,
right.
I know we were leaning that way, but that was never like,
we were hoping.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're just joining, we are selling the Unicel.
Yeah. You know what hurts for me?
What?
Is I don't think it's been in the video yet, but that compartment we built that can house the discs. Has that been in the video yet?
No, it hasn't. There's a compartment in the back of
it's a good like outdoor
the closet stuff that you saw us build last week that we framed. There was this weird empty space, and I built like a built-in little, I guess you would call it a cubby.
Yeah.
And
it's like the perfect size
it was
to house
the
discs.
perfect size for discs. And Drew was so excited.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, you can get like 40 of them in here. You can stack them on their face.
He was so excited about it. So
and the porch stair thing.
No, the pull-out table. Man, this build is
nice,
pull guys.
Out back. Yeah, yeah. Things that I don't think we've even had. Have the stairs been in the video yet?
Nope, that's coming up.
There's a lot of cool stuff coming up.
The steps are coming up. We've talked about that a little bit in the live stream.
Some of the power stuff is super cool.
Yep, all of Drew's power system, the wiring, the outlets. We've been holding off on talking about all of that because we want to put it in one.
Yeah, it'll be one video.
Big power episode, all about the wiring, all about the batteries, the solar, all of that. So we still have a lot to go through, but we are around and about a month away from finishing the build. So yeah, I guess barring any strange things that pop up.
It's that stage of lots of small stuff.
The sale will be coming up fairly soon. We do not know our asking price, so we can't answer any of those questions.
I thought we were going to ask for $1 million.
$500,000.
$500,000. $500,000. I know, guys, a little steep, but inflation.
Right. Inflation's real bad right now.
$500,000 is a starting asking price.
But we'll put together the whole thing and list it for sale.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm obviously kidding about that.
Yeah, it's not $500,000.
Someone's like, I can move a few things around.
I know. I'm
like, oh no, I'm not. I'm not kidding.
Oh, we got a super chat in there.
Oh, what we got?
Diz T. $9.99.
Say anything?
Nope.
T99.
Diz T99.
Super chat. Thank you for that super chat.
So let's go through some of the comments because I know there's some questions going on through here. Let's drop in somewhere. My guess was wrong. I thought y'all were gonna sell your bus. A lot of people guessed that we were gonna keep the Unicel.
We thought that mostly.
Yeah.
The last couple months, we definitely were thinking that.
Yep. Let's see. Love your builds. Can't wait to see what happens when this one is done. Do you keep it and sell your bus? Wow, thanks for the answer. Yeah, we're still on the road. We're still living in our bus. I mean, when we leave here, when we finish the build
stay in our bus for now.
and leave, we will be on the road until our next project, which will be next year. So we're hoping, with the sale of this Unicel, it's really tough to say all that. The reason we're selling it is because we're anticipating that big project that will be for us. So
we 100%.
Don't want to move into this one just to turn around and sell it and move out of it. And so we want it to go to someone brand new. We want someone to use it and love it. And yeah, I think that's a good plan. Let's see. What does it cost to convert a shuttle bus? It can cost anything you want it to cost. You can buy a very expensive bus. You can buy, a bus for a few $1,000s.
Yeah, it can range. I think you're talking about the build aspect itself, not the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
I think realistically, you can obviously do very stripped down builds. I still think you'd be at like 10 grand at a pretty stripped down. Maybe if you really like, really just simple, 5 grand.
Mhm.
10 grand to 30 grand for an extensive build, maybe upwards to 50 if you're really getting crazy.
Mhm.
It's such a range, man. It's just like, I mean, you could do it for, you could throw a mattress in the back and a cooler, and
Yeah.
you're in for a couple $100.
That gets you out on the
$1,000,
road.
but
It gets you those experiences. That's for sure.
even a reasonable utilitarian build of having a bed, having running water, having power, even if it's not a really expansive system.
Mhm.
I mean, it's still, you got to be at what? It'd be tough to do that for 5 grand even.
Yeah.
But also sometimes you can acquire things. So yeah, it ranges.
Yep.
$5,000 to $50,000. I would say.
Our bus that we're in cost us 30 grand total, 15 for the bus, 15 for the build, and that was in 2020. Things have gone up significantly.
Yeah, actually.
So that's not a great radar, but you could add a little bit more to that now because of inflation. Buses are way higher than they were.
Yeah, and then the vehicles are crazy now.
But that's a good estimate. You could still do it for 30 if you're budgeting. And
oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Total, yeah.
Let's see.
It's really like, what do you have and what's your budget, and then how are you going to make it work?
How did you make the decision? We kind of talked a little bit about that. Pamela said, dang, I really wanted to buy that bus. I'm sorry.
Next year, maybe.
Dino said the Overlander. Project for next year, probably. It's possible.
We'll see.
Bus Big View. I'm not disappointed. Your bus is amazing.
Yeah, we
Thank
like
you.
our bus, and it's easy to take it for granted, like anything. And then, especially like when you're living in it and you let it get a little messy, because this is what happens, right?
Right.
And you clean it up, and you're like, "Whoa, this is nice."
Yeah.
Anytime like you do a real thorough clean, it's like, man, this is really nice.
Yeah, it's
I always feel like we have somebody come over to eat
yeah.
or something, and
Yeah.
like I'm out, and you kind of you straighten it up really good. Like it's happened a couple of times, and I come back, I'm like, man,
Yep.
it's really just like the counters are cleared
It
of
looks
everything.
So good. And I've really been thinking about that lately since we made the decision that we're going to stay in our own bus, because the Unicel is so nice and it is brand new. I mean, everything's fresh. Like everything is perfect. And it's been really easy to take our bus for granted because we were a little disappointed we were going to let the Unicel go. And then today I was like, we need to appreciate this beautiful bus that we have, that we get to live in every day. You know, it's like Drew said, it's really easy to take that for granted, for sure.
Yeah, and the beauty of it is similar to when we did the bus last year. Certain elements that I'm incorporating, and we are incorporating in the Unicel, I'm like already like, okay, I want to bring this over. Like just little things like one of the LEDs, 2 of the LED strips now have dimmers on them. Or the one has a dimmer on it. The other dimmers are
so nice.
But just like that couch one in our bus, and even last year we didn't think to put a dimmer on it. And I put it in there on this one. I'm like, oh, this is like little things that change everything. Or I put USB outlets on that side of the couch by the heater in this one, and it's like, yeah. So the nice thing is that like when you have your vehicle, it's like never done. You can always mod it, right? So you see something cool or you do something cool, it's like, yeah, I want that there. This is really nice. So I'm definitely going to be installing a few things.
That's what we've done.
I did that a bunch last year.
With each build, we go back and we update things that we like about the new build in our own bus.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's going to be the ultimate build by the end.
We took 3 or 4 things from last year's build and then put them in our original bus build.
Yeah.
Obviously, some things are, predicated on the vehicle, so we can't.
Right.
You can't all of a sudden have giant opening back doors.
I know.
Or the kind of porch thing that we've worked on, but.
So you're not going to be on the road as much. We will be. So we have 2 vehicles right now. One of them had to be sold. We're deciding to sell the Unicel. We're keeping our bus. So we're still living on the road. We're still living in a bus. It's just the same one that we've been in. That's our OG bus.
Yeah, we'll be done as soon as we're done. We'll be out of here. So hopefully sooner than last year, but within the next couple months.
What's the big project in 2023? Pamela said that's the big announcement. The big announcement build-up that will go on forever.
Yes, there it is. I know. I was thinking about that after. I'm like, wait, we just did that. I just was making fun of that.
Yeah, we're gonna
we're gonna hold off on that one for a little while.
Oh my gosh, there is so much planning to be done with that, and so much that we don't even know yet. So
we have a few very large, long play game plans, and it's kind of like picking which one to go after.
Yeah.
So there's, in my mind, there's 3 or 4 very massive things, but you can only kind of do one at a time, or maybe you don't get to do all of them. So yeah, we'll get into that when that starts actually happening, because who knows what happens from now till next spring. We kind of have a game plan, but as we know, game plans change. So we'll talk about that more later. Once we actually have some more like concrete action happening.
Yeah.
But we're getting a concrete truck, guys. We're going to be
more concrete.
Damn it. I was trying to hold out. I just gave it away.
A concrete truck.
I might as well tell them now, guys. We're getting in the concrete game.
You could probably put anything on that.
We're gonna get a rooftop tent, and we're gonna travel the country doing concrete jobs.
The weight restrictions on that vehicle have to be like non-existent.
Well, there's nowhere to build anything, so we're just gonna have a tent.
We're building everything out of marble and stone, just for no reason. Like everything will be stone.
All right, guys, we're on site pouring some concrete here.
Oh my god,
Savannah, dip the loader.
What will you ask for it? We are not sure. We're not that far along with all those details, but we will be figuring that out. We'll be putting a little listing together so that people that are interested in the sale will get that information. If you are one of the people that's interested, we can start a list so that you'll get that information directly in your email. So if you want to email us, it's ourwaytorome@gmail.com. I'll put you on a little list to send that information out when it goes up. And we're looking at around in about a month to finish it out. Those last few weeks of a build are a doozy.
The last few weeks usually turn into the last 2 months,
where you're tightening handles and just like touching up tiny little paint things. So we're looking at about a month, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's definitely the difference of, especially when the whole plan is to sell it. Whereas like if it's for you, we'll knock that little thing out later. It's like, well, you got to knock them all out. And then it's like, oh, turns out that's a month of work. It's not.
Right. Yeah. When you hand over those keys, at least for us, like everything is just completely perfect. We're perfectionists about this sort of thing. So it takes a lot of time to get that last perfect part in place.
That's actually probably the hardest part.
It also takes a lot of time to take the pictures, make the listing, make sure all the information is there for people who would like to purchase it. So it's a lot.
Yeah.
We're working on it. We're working as fast as we can. How much did your last build go for, if you don't mind the question? What do you think?
I don't mind that much.
I don't mind the question. No, the last bus that we built last summer, it went for $120,000. So that was in an auction, and we were not particularly happy with the auction that we were using. Some people missed out on bidding, and we're just not sure how we want to handle that, because we know that there's a lot of interest just because of our YouTube channel and because we document the build. A lot of people end up being interested in the sale. And so we're trying to come up with a cohesive way to sell this thing and make sure that everyone gets a fair shot. Obviously, we can take the offers for the Unicel privately, but that's a lot of like back and forth in my email inbox. So we'd love to have a place where people can just make offers, but not necessarily have it be a timed auction.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what we end
Yeah,
up
whatever we
coming up with.
do, I think we want to have kind of like last call of saying that's it.
Mhm.
Because yeah, we had some kind of hiccups at the last second with the software where everybody tries to bid at the last second,
Mhm.
and sometimes it just doesn't work. You got to have it like extend. I don't know. We're still working out all that.
Online auctions are tough.
Yeah.
They're really
well,
tough.
it's if you're not using, and maybe somebody knows actually of a third party that isn't a massive fee, because if you use any of the big ones, it is a lot of money they take.
Right.
Like an eBay or something.
Mm-hmm.
The percentage is like huge. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Can't I do that? It's a little different when you're a business that's selling things over and over and over, and that's facilitating sales, one-off sale of like 2 people. Yeah, you can't be like, yeah, here's 15%. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So
I guess if anybody wants to throw an offer out there for us in our email, we'd love to circumvent that whole process.
yeah, for sure. If somebody
to a sale.
if somebody throws an amazing offer at us in an email, we may just circumvent all that.
The auction makes a lot of sense in, like letting people bid on it publicly, but it's so difficult to organize something like that. So I guess if you have some suggestions.
It just seems like it shouldn't be, but it's just like it seems like all the good ones that have really good servers and stuff handling that, yeah, they want a big chunk of it because they're facilitating. Just like even a real in-person auction at an auction house, same thing.
Dizzy's still learning how to super chat. You're my first. Thank you for your first super chat. I was trying to make it an even 10, but messed it up. That's fine. It's totally fine.
What was it?
It was $9.99.
Nice.
Bonjour, everybody. It's 3 a.m. here. I wish I could stay too sleepy, but I am happy that I did spend some short time with you. Can't wait to see the following episode of the build of the bus. You're probably already gone, but good night. Thank you. Yeah, probably.
Nice.
Pamela, I'm down for next. Yeah, I mean, if we build for ourselves, again, our bus will be up for sale.
Yeah.
You can catch it that time.
That bus will be for sale eventually.
It will eventually.
We just keep saying that. We were in it for like 20 years.
We just
gotta put a new engine in.
Let's see.
Obviously, my voice would change too.
Yeah, I'm down for next year. Does your current bus, not the Unicel, have a nickname? No, it doesn't.
I gave it a nickname this year.
What'd you get?
Little Big Bus.
Little Big Bus.
We were hiking in where were we at? Utah. The cool park. That's the less popular one.
I don't know.
Capitol Reef.
Oh,
Reef,
yeah.
and we were on this Stridge Trail, and then eventually it comes around. You could see the bus way down, like where it was parked next to the rock wall. I was like, "Oh, there's a Little Big Bus."
Yeah, because it's a
small bus, but it's big.
Because like full-size shuttle buses are really big.
Yeah,
but it's like a small version of a big,
but it's bigger than most of like the shuttles that are in that length.
It's a ridiculous name.
A lot of the shuttles in that length are like narrower though.
It's a ridiculous
name. Little Big Bus. Some people call it Benny the bus as well, but
let's see.
We never had like our van was Vance. From before we even touched anything in there, and it was just always was. And then I had a small conversion van that I called Vince Jr. Not Vance Jr. Vince Jr. because obviously it's got to be confusing.
Yep.
But Vance was always Vance, and everyone that knew us knew it as, "Where's Vance? Oh, you sold Vance?"
I know. And then we just did not name this bus.
Little Big Bus.
I know. Well, we still have more time with it to come up with a name. Yeah. Bart said, "Any secret beers to announce tonight, Drew?"
There's one here. It was the one that I think is the same one as last time.
I don't.
See, I told you people like this game. She's like, nobody knows the game and plays it. Oh, here you go. It is another Arizona brewery. So I think if anybody was watching last time, they should know what it is. I think it's the same one.
Yep. Let's see. It does. Oh, no, wait. I already did that one. Let's see. Question to save on cost. Can I use parts from a travel trailer?
Like
Probably for building
picking
a
apart a
bus.
travel trailer, like an old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think there's some materials. It really depends on what that trailer's condition is, and I guess, but I would suppose there's some materials.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a broad question because travel trailers could really vary.
Yeah.
I guess like I wouldn't, know what's in one per se.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, even if it's like screws, even if you pull screws out clean,
Yeah.
like how many screws do you buy? Oh my
A
god.
lot. I've been keeping track.
If there's any kind of usable wood,
Yeah.
maybe even wire. If you're talking about a full strip down, you probably get wire out of that, depending on like what they used. So probably yes, I would say we definitely picked a few things out when we were doing our bus. We actually went to pick up a propane fridge. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
That we thought we were going to use. It ended up just being way too big and bulky, so we didn't use it. But this guy had a whole torn up trailer that it was like, pull what you want and I'll give you a price.
Yeah,
And
he was
we
just
pulled a
picking it
few
apart.
things, like some PEX and stuff like that. So
yeah,
we can use stuff from that.
That was quite a while ago now. Let's see. Will the Unicel be able to haul a trailer with a vehicle? It does have towing capacity. It's a 2021 Chevy 3500 van on the front. So
yeah, you can probably look that up as far as what the towing
I
capacity.
believe the towing capacity is just whatever the towing capacity on that specific vehicle is. It does not have a hitch.
Yeah. So the step is mounted back there. So I mean, you definitely can figure out a way to do it, but you have to mount a hitch. Probably mount it right on the step, or maybe you could circumvent that and get right into the frame. There's definitely a way to do it.
Yeah.
And then you can look up the specs. I'm sure it'll have a listing of like its towing capacity. I don't know that offhand.
Let's see. Dino says, my apologies to everyone in the chat. I have a question away from the sale of the Unicel. Drew and Savannah, have either one of you ever gigged in the Hudson Valley, Poughkeepsie area?
Yeah.
Yes. We used to go through there at least once a year.
Yeah.
At least once a year.
Used to play down there.
Yeah, there was a really cool, it wasn't a house concert, but it was a folk
round thing.
Yeah, it was like a folk songwriters circle.
Yeah.
And it was this really, really nice man and his wife that would organize it, and you would sit in a circle with maybe 4 other songwriters and you would just trade off songs. You could harmonize with each other and the audience would sit around you in a circle. It was like beautiful, and
that's very cool.
I love gigging through that area because so many places are like that, especially for folk music, like really songwriting centric.
Yeah.
Very focused
for
on the
sure.
songwriting.
For sure.
So for a songwriter, you can't ask for anything better than a silent room of people listening to what you wrote and why you wrote it. Yes.
Yeah. So yes.
Savannah
used to gig. She used to do small tours over in that part of the country a lot. Well, once a year, maybe twice a year.
Yeah.
Between that,
really
like that kind of that area into like Boston and up into Vermont and down to like play in Jersey and stuff like that. That whole area, yeah. Played a lot.
We would do the Boston, New York City, Philly, sometimes down to DC.
Philly.
We do
Philly
that sort of run quite a bit,
yeah.
And then kind of go out from those places as well.
I'm trying to think where we played. It was you and Mark, but
we did some Vermont.
Is that Vermont stuff?
I
remember because I ended up playing at like 1 or 2 of the gigs. Not really planned, but
yeah,
that was fun. I missed that. I missed those days for sure. That was like before the van. We were driving your little HHR.
In a little HHR. We had
camping.
We had no van. We had no bus. We were car camping.
Not even. We had the car was too small. We were tent camping.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was quite a while ago.
Man.
I'd like to get back and do a tour at some point.
The last
It's
time
been
I
a
played
long
down
time.
there was 2019. And then when COVID hit in 2020, it kind of stopped touring. So
Yep.
then we haven't been back since.
For now.
Let's see. Christine said, "Hi guys, good to see you. Hope you're rejuvenated." Thank you.
I hope we are too.
I hope so too. Do you feel rejuvenated? I feel
At
rejuvenated.
times.
If you're just popping in, we are selling the Unicel. That's our special announcement.
Unicelling.
Unicelling.
The Unicel. That's what we're going to call
The
it.
Unicel.
Announcing the Unicel.
That is our special announcement.
Attention,
We are
attention, attention.
keeping our bus and selling the Unicel. Yeah, that's
Little
the
big
announcement.
bus riding through the desert again.
Little big bus.
Little big bus, you're my friend.
What temps can the new build handle?
Temps? Oh, like cold to hot.
Well, it has a lot less windows than a shuttle bus.
Should, yeah.
So I would take it into colder weather. You know,
Yeah.
for like longer periods of time. Shuttle buses can be tough just because of the amount of glass in
Yeah.
the walls, you know.
I
But
think.
this has a lot more insulation.
Yeah, I think realistically, comfortably, you're still going to want to be between, like, on the low end, 20 degrees.
Yeah.
You could probably hang out for a day or two below that, but you know, it's definitely not like made to be a ski camper. But yeah, I think that you'll be comfortable.
Yeah.
Heater wise, and then it should be cooler too because there's less windows.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
There's more insulation. There's less windows.
I mean, it's probably still not going to want to be in like 115 degrees.
Yep. It has the Dickinson P9000. We're planning on putting an AC unit in it. So it should be comfortable in a reasonable swing of temperatures. I'm not sure because we don't hang out, we don't ski, we don't.
I would
hang
say
out in
like
snow, but I wouldn't hesitate to take it into.
Yeah,
a
where
scenario
we're
like
at
that.
with the bus now, I would say it's probably be a little bit better.
Mhm.
Like
I think so,
we're
too.
pretty good. We're pretty comfortable at about 20 degrees with the heater on.
Mhm.
We've been in much colder for a night or two, but I would say it's probably going to be like able to tolerate another 5 to 10 degrees and be more comfortable.
Yeah.
Just because it's going to be, less windows and all that, so less points to lose insulation.
Yeah. Do you ever gig around Memphis? No, I've never gigged
We
in
drove
Memphis.
through there once on you did a house concert in Alabama,
Mhm.
and then we
In
had
Auburn.
in
right?
Auburn, and then we had to hightail up to Missouri, like the next day or next night.
Yeah.
We drove through Memphis on a like a 700 or 800 mile driving day of just,
Yep.
and you gigged that night. I think
Right.
it was like you had to
Yeah.
get up early and move and get there, and you played.
Yeah, so we haven't even really
No, never played there.
explored Memphis at all, even.
Driving
Yeah.
through Memphis.
Christine asked, have you already answered the question why you're selling? We did, but we'll backtrack a little bit into it. Coming up for us next year in 2023, we've decided we're going to do this big project that we've been wanting to do since we got into our van. This has been like our dream for a really, really, really long time. And we decided that next year just works best for us. So we want to sell the Unicel so that is so hard to say.
Yeah.
We want to sell the
What do you
Unicel
say?
so that it goes to someone brand new. It's a 2021 vehicle. It's
1,000 miles.
Yeah.
Perfect. No.
The build is
No
brand
dings.
new. So we want someone to get it new and enjoy it rather than us living in it possibly just until the spring and then doing this project and turning around and selling it.
Yeah, that's kind of what it was starting to look like, and it wasn't really making sense to jump in there,
Yeah.
put miles on it, possibly a little bit of wear and tear, just to move it some point next year, which is most likely what it was looking like.
Mhm.
So yeah, kind
Also,
of.
that's a lot of house switching for us.
It is a lot, and we're very happy with our bus still.
Yeah,
So while there's parts about this that like, oh, they're very attractive,
Yeah.
essentially it would be like a sidestep, I think.
Right.
Like there's things that, oh, it's a little cooler, it's a little better
Yeah.
for sure, but like it's not like completely different. And yeah, if we were gonna stay in it for 5-10 years, we would in a second
Absolutely.
100% be staying in it. But
Absolutely.
that's not the plan right now, so it doesn't really make sense.
We're trying to keep our eye on the prize for this
long-term goals.
bigger thing we have coming up. Yeah, and we love our bus, so we are happy staying into it.
Yeah.
So Unicel is being rehomed. Come to Vegas. Lots of songwriter venues. Nashville, I'm assuming. We've been in Nashville a lot. We have a lot of friends that live in Nashville, and one person that I like to record with lives in Nashville. So we've lived for like, I don't know, a few months in Nashville.
Last time you recorded.
Yeah.
We were there for at least 2 months.
We really love it there. We ate our way through the city. We did.
Oh yeah, that falafel place.
Oh, we have a super chat. Dino, $20 super chat. Thank you so much.
It's a super chat.
Question for
It's
Drew.
super, y'all.
Have you played the discourse? I don't know why I can't talk tonight. Have you played the disc course at Almagang?
No.
Like the brewery?
I have not.
They have a disc
I
golf
have
course?
my phone. I want to look it up now. I have not played that. I wonder what it is. Do you know what the course is called? I wonder.
Never even heard of that. And
Well, he's saying that area, so I was gonna say
Coming from Drew.
Lamont, which is way over there, and I have played that one. But that's like the only one I've really played in that area. I'm curious. I'm gonna look it up for sure when I get done. See what it's all about. Yeah, I haven't played too many down that way. We're pretty spoiled in this area. Between here and Rochester area, it's like kind of crazy. It's just been a pretty historic place for disc golf. I didn't really realize that until I got into it more, but it was like one of the early adopters and like some of the earliest courses that were in the whole country. Some people claim, there's a few people that claim origin to it, but anyways, so there's like some OG courses in Western New York all the way like into Rochester, but also on top of that, we've been getting new courses every year for the last like 8 years.
Yeah.
And they keep getting better. It's crazy. Anyways, I'm not going to rant about disc golf too long. But no, I have not played that course. I want to look it up for sure when I get done because I want to see what it's about.
Is that in the Poughkeepsie area? Because
it's
that sounds amazing. That's amazing.
I want to know what it is.
Lots of fantastic foodie spots here in Nashville. That's for sure. I love to try new restaurants specifically. And so being in Nashville for months it was dangerous for me. There was a new spot to go anytime you wanted to go. It was awesome. I loved it.
A lot of coffee shops too.
A lot of coffee shops. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we used to go to New York all the time. Being from, not that we're really close to it, but same state as far as you can be away. That was a big thing for us for a long time.
Oh yeah.
And we would just go, and there's obviously New York, you can get any food of any kind,
anything you want,
any point in the day, and it's incredible. It's kind of like, I don't know, at least in this country, I haven't been anywhere that is quite as good as New York. LA is pretty good. A lot of the big cities have variety, obviously, but New York, you can walk to everything. It's like, oh, I want to get this kind of food. I'll walk there. I want to get this. Walk there.
Jay asked, have you tested the buck doors to make sure that a buck can really fit through them?
Oh yeah. That's actually how they got their name. I left them open and
all night long.
And I woke up in the morning and there was a buck sleeping on the floor.
Yeah.
And it was scary, but hence the name Buck Door. The worst that I left the ramp down, so you didn't have to jump in. He just walked up and walked out.
Buck approved. I mean, Mateo kind of looks like a deer.
Yeah,
he walks in and out all the time.
The doors are super nice.
You look like you're in so much pain.
Yeah, I just like that's what I'm saying. Being around it, it's like I'm a little bummed that we're not keeping it, but I
It
know it's the
is-
long game. It's not the right play.
It is really hard to physically be in this build every day. Now knowing that we're not going to keep it
It's worse than last year's.
because this year we thought for a while that we might keep it and then ultimately decided that wasn't the right choice for us. So being in it every day is like painful.
It's honestly, it's so nice.
I hope
I'm keeping it. Forget it. I'm keeping it.
I hope it goes
Next
to
week,
a
we're
buyer
like-
where we can visit it.
Big announcement, guys. We're keeping the Unicel. After hanging out in it for a week, we decided
Next week's live pops up and it says special announcement.
ultra special,
Ultra
super
special.
special.
We're keeping the Unicel.
Look at this
Just
guy.
kidding.
Oh, hey bud.
He had a long day of
Wait till you guys see the
Napping.
stairs. The stairs
Mhm.
are so cool.
yes.
They're so cool
Um
to get in the side door.
not this Sunday. We already have this Sunday's episode queued up, but next Sunday we're gonna do the episode with the outside steps, the steps that lead up to the
Slash
Wildlands
porch.
door. The Wildlands door.
Yeah,
It's so cool.
I know. Oh gosh.
And
Oh.
then that following Wednesday, my dad, I think that's the last Wednesday in September. My dad is gonna be on the live.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a
Our very first special guest.
seasoned metal fabricator.
Yeah.
On to answer fun questions.
Mhm.
So yeah, let's start getting that word out. That's gonna be a couple weeks from now.
Yeah. Yep.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah.
Tentatively, that's the plan. 2 weeks from now, Kevin will be on the live. So
Kevin's
if you
here.
have some metal fabrication or welding specific questions,
Yeah.
or know someone who does, that would be the time to come
Mhm.
hang out. And he will do his best to answer what he can via the internet. Obviously, it's a little hard when you're not in person, but I'm sure he'll be able to answer a lot of questions for people if they have them. And I know some people already expressed interest in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be cool.
Oh, I love Mateo's ears. Mateo's so cute.
He's
He
funny,
is.
man.
He's the best. Dino said no Cooperstown. I think the
Okay.
course is in Cooperstown.
Oh, yeah. M.O. Gang, yeah. Well, the brewery's right there, too.
Mateo finally graced us with his face, but headed to Dreamland.
Yeah.
The
I know.
puppy is
Usually
sleeping
backwards.
very well. He is.
He's usually faced this way. Always goes back to the camera. Yeah, he sleeps a lot. Oh, what? Me?
Are you talking about
Huh?
me?
We're doing this thing again. I just want to go back in the bus.
When we were announcing our announcement, he was up walking around. He decided he wanted to be exploring everything,
yeah.
and now he's asleep once we've announced everything.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's it. All right, we'll see you later, guys.
That's really all we have for you guys.
No, it's not all we have. We are talking about that. We can talk about anything from the build, which is what it's all about anyways.
That's true. If you have any build specific questions, if you think you might be interested in the Unicel, you can ask questions about that. The only thing we don't know, of course, at this point is price. I'm going to be figuring that out, putting a whole listing together for the Unicel that will, lay out all the specs of the build, like each tiny little thing. We, for each of the builds that we sell, we always put together a really intensive, it's usually a page on our website with all the photos and all the information. And so we will have that again, because that's the best way to just kind of display it. And
Yeah, it's a lot of things to list.
yeah, so if you want to get a jump on things, you can send us an email. It's ourwaytorome@gmail.com. And I can start making a little list of names and emails for when that information goes up. I will send it to you directly.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll start doing that. We did that on the last sale as well, just kind of like gathered people that were interested so that you can be informed when we know
Mhm.
and put all those materials together. Are you doing heated floors in the bathroom again? So the heated floors that are in our builds are throughout that hallway section. And yes, this build will have heated floors.
Yeah.
But the bathroom itself is our stainless steel shower pan with the teak mat on top of it.
Yeah.
But the floors,
Directly outside the shower.
yeah, throughout the build are heated.
Yeah. The whole center.
So yes, it'll have heated floors. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We love that feature.
It's a nice little
Got to
one.
include that.
It's a nice one to have like in the winter, especially like in the desert. It gets like surprisingly chilly at night.
Yeah. Yeah, this vehicle
I guess
is
anywhere would be nice.
This vehicle is loaded with features. This is
Yeah.
the most features build we've ever done. Like it has so many little things. I can't wait for the final tour video because we get to show off all of these little details. I'm really excited
The
because
vehicle itself too is like kind of crazy.
yeah,
It's got all the fancy new bells and whistles.
yeah. The OnStar lady will
OnStar lady
talk
and
to
all
you
the
through the speaker. She was
right.
talking to me the one day. I was like, hello?
Yeah, it can do all that weird interacting with your phone stuff. You can like disengage the vehicle and all that crazy stuff.
Yeah, you can like lock and unlock the vehicle through your phone. You can like
It has a sick backup camera on it. It's actually really nice.
the rear view mirror like is a backup camera.
Yeah.
It's actually really cool.
People are like, yeah, that's what they started doing in cars, guys.
I know.
Oh, yeah, I'm in a new vehicle and ever.
Like, yeah, I have
Like,
that
yeah,
on
that's
my
10 years old.
I have that on my 2009 Honda Civic. Like,
To us, it's pretty exciting.
look,
Crazy.
guys, our bus is a 2007, okay? We didn't know these
We had an
things exist.
87 before that. So
You both are so thoughtful and thorough. Thank you. We try. We try very, very hard. Christine, I just want to share how frustrating building solo is. Everything I do, I end up breaking it down again and rebuilding
Yeah.
at least 2 to 3 times. Man, it's tough at times. I feel this very much.
is this she at the thing? What's it called? The bus building thing?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Is that her?
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Maybe I don't remember the names.
I'm not sure. That was a few
No, because
live streams ago, so I don't remember who was at the like
what's it
communal
called?
building.
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, it is tough. I mean, it's tough with another person or two there. It's when it's just you, it's on you.
Mhm.
And you definitely end up doing things more than once, especially your first build, second build, even. We still have things like, gotta do that again.
Yep.
Gotta pull that apart. And then you start getting like unhappy with things the more you've done it. Like you expect it to be more perfect. So your standards get higher. So you could do like a pretty good job. And it's like,
No, I can.
I'm
do
ripping that
better.
apart and doing it again. It's
Yeah.
off by half a centimeter.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's tough, man.
But I will say, if you know something's not right and you just push it, like you just say, "This is fine, it's fine." Down the line, I think you'll be disappointed with that decision. If you just redo it, do it the way that it should be done, do it the way that you're happy with. It's annoying in the moment, but it's going to hold up better. It's going to last longer. You're going to be happier with it. So sometimes it's worth it to just bite the bullet and spend the time.
if it's safety or structural, absolutely.
Oh,
Take
yeah.
it apart now.
Oh,
Even if
yeah.
it's going to be fine for a while and ultimately is going to fail, take it apart right away, redo it.
Yeah.
If it's aesthetic or just something to your likeness, then you can start making those calls, especially if it's a build for you and it's your first build. You can kind of make the call on when you want to spend that time. All right. So, I got this outlet in the closet and it's fine and it's safe, but I didn't like hide the wires, all like make it look real slick. Well, maybe you don't need to spend your time on that right now if you're trying to get the build done, and then you can come back and do some of that stuff later.
Right.
And we certainly did that in our first like full build where it was like,
Yeah.
it's good enough, it's completely safe, and it's not visible. okay, now let's go. And then we've definitely like continued to update things
Oh yeah.
for the last few years in there, because it's like we were on a timeline at that point too to get done.
Yeah, we didn't have a place, we were just staying with family. So when you're building and trying to move into it at the same time, those are tough timelines. I see a lot of people going through that. So we feel for you because we've been
And
there.
you're just learning a lot too. Like, I don't know, like we did the water heater, right? And I knew I was going to ultimately convert that to 12 volt.
Yep.
But it was like a time decision at that point. I have to figure this out. Well, I also have these 15 other jobs to do. This water heater will work for now.
Right.
And I will change it over to 12 volt later. And that's what I did. So there's a lot of those things for sure. Or like what like some of the undermounted like lights or something. I was like, okay, it's not necessary. I know we're gonna have it, we want
They
it,
are
but
really
it's like
cool.
I'll work on it later. And I remember being under that in the rocks in Arizona in the desert, like changing some stuff out and installing new lights.
Yep.
So anyways, yeah, it is frustrating at times.
It's a journey.
It's frustrating a lot of times, if we're being completely honest.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's just so many projects. It's tons and tons of little projects that combine into one giant project.
Oh, like you made that list this week?
Yeah, we made a final to-do list.
I hate the list.
It's tough looking at it every day.
I don't want to see a list until we're close, because it just feels way more overwhelming.
Until there's only 5 things on it that you can knock off that day.
It's kind of like, all right, I know I can think of all these things that need to be done. I'm just going to keep doing a project. When I see this list of like 200 things, it's like, I'm going to go lay in bed and throw up. You're like, yeah, I put the list together of what's left on. I'm like, oh no. She's like, yeah, it was painful to look at.
Well, there wasn't 200 things on it.
Oh, no, not now. I'm saying if you did it early like that.
It was on one page, which felt good.
If you did a detailed list from day one, some people that work for me, that would just discourage me. It's too much.
That would be tough.
It's like, keep it generic. It's like, I need to build a bed platform.
It would be tough to even make that list.
Yeah, we kind of started trying the one time, and it was like,
yeah.
No. Maybe that'll be the ultimate downloadable plan eventually.
the ultimate build
1,000-page walkthrough.
Let's see. Are you adding a washer dryer combo in this one? We are not. The build is too small for that. It's the goal of our builds are to be off grid. Usually for as long as possible. So 75 gallons of fresh water. A washer would eat through your water capacity. Out of all of the things that you can add to a build, at least for me, I don't mind going to the laundromat every once in a while. I don't think it's that big of a deal, like to just wash your clothes, or even at a family member's house. If you're visiting, or a friend's house, pop into the laundromat. I don't think it's that big of a deal. It can make sense in some full-size school buses
for sure,
that you'll be hooked up to like city water or plugged in or something.
Or you have 200 gallons of water.
And you have crazy water capacity. Yeah, but in a build this size, it not that it can't be done, but I don't think it makes sense for this build.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're like, to the point about water, you have so much water. And ultimately, you have to go back to town to get water. So now you're going to have to actually go back sooner. And it's kind of easier to have enough clothes that can last you 2 or 3 weeks, or maybe even a month. And there's the thing I like about the laundromat is you can do everything at once. So if you have enough clothing to last 3 to 4 weeks,
huge wash.
It's like you can just go in and put everything in, wash it, then put it in one massive dryer, and then be done.
Yeah.
And you already got to come to town to get water and food. So it's like, I don't know. Yeah. If you had a really large build, I would definitely probably do it. But at that point, you probably could have, a couple 100 gallons of water comfortably with the GVWR on like a really big bus. But no, just for like the size point. It doesn't really make sense, and it's a big space usage too. In a every inch is premium. You know,
Yeah.
it's not a van, but it's still kind of the same idea.
All right, we'll just go through the rest of the
All right.
comments here because we're coming up on an hour and we've announced all our announcements.
Yeah.
The special announcement version of our Wednesday weekly live.
I'm going on tour. Woo!
Look at these neck rolls.
Yeah, look at that guy.
Look at that.
All right, what do we got left over here? Want me to read one?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Let me narrate one of these. Where we at?
I don't know. I don't know where we were.
Don't wake the puppy. Hi, friends. Teo's so sleepy.
Yes, look at that.
Oh, the worst thing right now is cutting a 13.5-inch circle for my bucket style sink. 2 countertops ruined. I know at some point. I'll get it at some point. Oh man,
That's tough.
That is painful.
Mm-hmm.
I've got another right after that. It's a journey. It seems like it'll never end, but then all of a sudden you're done and you're living your dream on the bus. Keep going, doing your thing, Christine.
Absolutely.
That was from Annie Aubrey Adventures.
That's Annie.
Oh, it's Annie.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've never actually read the screen. I was going to ask that.
Hi, Annie.
I only know Annie is Annie. Annie, love the laundromat. So relaxing. The nice ones are kind of relaxing. Oh, you got to guess on the beer. Iron Crusher IPA. Nope, but I'll tell you what it is.
What is it?
I think it's the same one I had last time. Four Peaks Hop Knot, Arizona. It's kind of OG brewery in Tempe.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. If you may have noticed a pattern, they're usually Arizona beers. Not every time though.
Big fan.
I have a few left. Grabbed a bunch before we left, and I'll have one once in a while. It's like a special treat.
So yeah, Arizona brewery. Thanks, guys. This was awesome and super informative. Have a great night. Great chat, folks. Both
Thank
of you
you.
freaking
Thanks for
rock.
everything.
Bart said, I think next build, Savannah's not going to need any help from Drew. And we'll do the whole build
Sounds
herself.
great. Sounds
She's
great.
a bamf.
That sounds good to me.
That's funny. I know. I look
I'm waiting
through,
for that. I'll just build the battery and that's it.
I look through the footage and a lot of it is me it's just me welding because we're sort of a divide and conquer kind of scenario at our way to Rome. Like I very much tackle welding, carpentry, things like that, like painting,
all the visual projects. Okay, you can't see other than the lights being on,
right? But Drew,
or that the heater turns on,
but Drew,
or the water works.
Even though you can't see it all the time, it's absolutely essential. The plumbing, the electricity, the propane. So, like while I'm in here welding the bed frame, he's working on those things, and we've very much been doing like my part of the build, a lot of the carpentry and visual things, and after this week, the next few episodes will be a lot of Drew's projects.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff kind of have to wait on.
You'll be seeing more of Drew coming up.
I do a lot of like the dumb little grunt jobs too that don't really make the cut.
The little things that you don't
just like little putting screws in and like
screwing trim down,
fixing little stupid things,
all the metal trim on the step, and
but no, like the big I'm like, man, Savannah did all the work. This is great. And I'm like, why am I so tired? What was I doing?
I know.
I guess I worked. I didn't make the video. I don't want to be maybe I'll just say nothing.
Are you digging yourself a hole?
Yeah, I am. I don't want to, be a jerk,
right.
but somebody does all the editing. So
I do all the video editing.
Yeah.
I know. I do.
A lot gets left on the cutting room floor of one of the actors' stuff.
Well, all of your systems, the propane, water, and electricity haven't even been addressed in the videos
you
yet.
labor through all the video editing, so yeah, you should put yourself in front and center. You're already doing all that work.
There's not enough Drew dance sequences. Is that what you're saying?
There's enough of those.
I have so much Drew dance
too
footage.
Many. That's all I do, guys, the whole time.
There's a lot of dance moves. I'll be honest.
So, you could probably build it by yourself, though.
that would be way too much work. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't
it's so
wanna
much
do it.
work.
I need your help while I'm welding here, wiring things. All right, guys, we are gonna call it a night. But to recap, if you're just popping in now, we're selling the Unicel. Gonna have details about that soon. Mateo is adorable. That paw, that's so cute. Yeah, moving forward, we'll let you know when we do. We are we're coming up on the end of the build.
Getting there.
We're very close. So yeah, as soon as it's done, we'll be putting it up for sale.
For
Do you have
sure.
any suggestions for us on how to like take offers or a platform that could auction without taking
A bunch of your
a
money.
huge percentage? we would love some suggestions. That would be great.
For sure.
Otherwise, probably just take offers in our email.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna figure that out. We have so much work to do to finish up this build in the next few weeks, and then the Unicel is going to a brand new home.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we can visit it wherever it goes,
I hope so.
because I love this build.
I know.
All right, guys, we
So
will
much space in there.
Drew loves this build. He's so sad.
Uh,
All right, we will see you on Sunday for a brand new video, and we will see you next Wednesday for a live.
all right.
We're back officially, and we're finishing up.
Sounds
Yeah,
good,
so-
Savannah. Thanks. Appreciate the invite.
You're invited too.
I'll be there.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Play us out, Drew.
I already am.
Good work. All right, good night, guys.